Today, in the murder trial of former Mount Carmel Dr. William Husel, nurses who worked alongside him took the stand. Husel was accused of killing 14 patients through overprescribing medications. Chief investigative reporter Bennett Haberly joining us live now from the Franklin County Courthouse with the latest in this. Bennett.
Andrew, jurors heard from 3 witnesses today, a doctor and 2 nurses, the latter of whom took up the bulk of the time on the witness stand. While these were prosecution witnesses, the 2 nurses who testified had positive things to say about Dr. Husel. Those who spoke today included Jacob Deemer and Jamie Burke, who testified about their interactions on the floor of the ICU with Dr. Husel. Both said they did question Husel's medication orders, which included large doses of fentanyl and other medications that were used when removing ventilators and breathing tubes from patients who were critically ill or dying. Both said that they were given clarity by other nurses or Dr. Husel himself that these dosages were appropriate. Prosecutors allege they were excessive and accelerated the deaths of the patients under Husel's care. Husel was fired by the hospital back in December of 2018. The nurses themselves faced discipline from their respective state board. Husel's defense team has called the medications comfort care that were intended to prevent suffering in these patients. You're about to hear some of the exchanges with some of the nurses.
He taught me a lot, but it was not, I learned from everybody.
In fact, you learned from your preceptors and other more experienced nurses that 1,000 micrograms of fentanyl was an appropriate dose during a palliative withdrawal. Isn't that correct?
I was told that it's patient specific, and that would not be, so like that is very well possible.
He's an amazing doctor. So, I mean, he was definitely very caring with him.
Now, the rest of Jamie Burke's statement there was cut off due to an objection from the prosecution. When they resumed after a brief pause, the jury was told to ignore that statement from that nurse. A bit of timeline news as well. We've heard late this afternoon from the prosecution that they intend to call witnesses throughout this week and with the hopes of resting their case by early next week. Of course, then the defense would have their turn to call witnesses and the trial will continue on from there. For now, reporting live inside the Franklin County Courthouse, Bennett Haberly, 10 TV News.
Bennett, thank you. This week marking the halfway point of the trial, and we've been on top of it every day since the beginning. You can watch the trial each day on 10tv.com and our streaming platform.